What's up, guys? Rev It Up 7 here. Today we got ourselves a pretty big lot of unique and different Hot Wheels. Some are just cool things to add to the collection. We got some, we got a vintage car and something that we got a car with the new wheel design. So we figured we'd try a few things out here and had a decent collection of different types of Hot Wheels cars that we'd unbox. So like I just referenced it, we should start here. This is a Nissan Maxima drift car.
Yeah, this is... Honestly, this already left me shook because you talked about the wheels. Well, I'm very, very impressed with the... I love that already. Like, I've never been a fan of those wheels. Like, like Stud Track Challenge, you know how they have that wheel variation. But now I see it in person and with a... Like, it's so cool looking. I think they did it. Really.
This is part of the J Imports series, so Japanese imports. And
so cool.
It's a pretty cool, realistic Japanese car culture vehicle. They love to take these like early 90s, late 80s sedans and wagons and just turn them into like 1,000 horsepower drift machines.
That's so freaking cool.
And these are the new wheels I'm talking about. Oh, man. Damn, that is pretty.
That is clean. That is so clean.
These 3 spokes.
Definitely my favorite car we've unboxed in a while.
Yeah, these are cool. You got the ground effects, this clear hood showing off the, looks like a 2JZ.
Imagine putting that in like twin mill or something, like one of like the third twin mill. Dude, that would look
the
so
offset
clean.
racing stripe. I wonder what that says. Yeah, just kind of cool drift liveries.
Real quick, just looking at it. Is it?
I don't know what's the right way.
That's okay. Oh,
It looks like it's Japanese.
It's Japanese
from
stuff.
Japan. But these are the new 3 spokes, and I think they look really cool.
Sick.
Yeah, cool new wheel design. I like when Hot Wheels introduces new things that are obviously, you know, up to par or better with what they currently got, and I love these 3 spokes. They're modeled after a wheel that I've seen in real life, but they just look really good.
Yeah. Or what they used to have actually, and they like all of a sudden just began making it, or like they realized like, oh, we had this, or we've made this before. And why don't we come back? Like, you know, like these wheels, for example, like you don't really see these often.
Well, these remind me of the Razor blades from like the early 2000s, except it's a more realistic application. But this is pretty cool. I want to see what else is in this assortment, the JDM cars.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The bumper cut off. This is a pretty cool little drift wagon. Excuse me. Next up, that was really one of the highlights, so we'll go through the other ones a little quicker.
Yeah.
But, we got La Fasta. This is a really good track car.
Common car, I would say, or common car that is a fan favorite.
They cast their best track cars a lot.
Yeah.
Because Hot Wheels is always trying to, like, you know, keep the tracks and stuff, you know, not that they're not, but they're always trying to keep the tracks and stuff relevant and not just sell the individual cars. They want to keep people buying tracks. So they make a lot of track cars, or at least they recast and make different variations of them. But I remember I had the first edition of this when it was new, and it still looks modern.
Yeah, I love
this. This is still what like futuristic vehicles look like.
I forgot how I got it.
This kind of looks like the new Lamborghini with those front scoops. I think this is a 2011 casting.
There we go.
2008. So this is a 15-year-old design, and it looks still brand new.
Fresh out of the box, new shoes.
Yep, very cool. Like the teal, orange, nice. I think like the Gulf Racing colors. I think that's what those colors are. Open canopy. This is a really good track car. It's just good to have in the collection. Lightweight, low center of gravity. Next up, we'll do a real car. So this is a 81 Camaro, kind of like a GT. What would you call this? Not necessarily a drag car, I don't think. Well, maybe it's got the slicks in the back. I was thinking this is like a road racing car, but maybe not. I think maybe it's a drag car. But I was drawn to the 5 spokes and this matte gray, and then I had a '79 Firebird in the same body style, and I'm gonna make a custom using this Camaro and this 1970 Pontiac Firebird. Fun fact about these 2 cars is that the Firebird and the Camaro have almost always been the same car, just with a different body. And this is a 81 Camaro. 1981, 1970. These are the same. Well, actually, the 81 Camaro and the 81 Camaro and the 70 Firebird are the same platform. So really the only thing they changed over the years is the grille, the engines, and the back end. These were almost the same car for a very long time. You could see that modern days in the Chrysler 300, but back then the cars would have a really long lifespan. But what I plan on doing is taking a actual 79 body that I have and then putting these wheels on it, because these wheels look just like the wheels that were on my old Firebird. So I sold it, unfortunately, but I got some good footage and you'll be able to, I'm memorializing it. So I'm gonna use these two for that custom, and I plan on making that custom video like I did my old Porsche. So those are for that collection.
We'll be looking forward to it.
I'm gonna chop this up, so I don't wanna talk too much about it, but now this is like a Gymkhana car. Really low slung, drifting muscle car. That's a modern type of custom. So next up, Velocita. I've never been huge into the art cars. I just always think, I mean, this is a really cool graphic, but
that white's clean.
Shut up, Alexa. Shut up. Shut up. She never shuts up. Sometimes it's like abstract art, and other times it's like this blackout effect. And I guess I just always see these on the pegs because people don't buy them up that much. So I guess I get tired of it. But I think this is a beautiful car.
No, I agree.
It's a really cool fantasy model, and it's actually matte white. This is not gloss white.
It's like shadow white.
Whoa, kind of.
Oh, seeing a camera is honestly freaking cool.
This Piranha decal is sick.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. This looks like...
And these razor blade wheels.
Sorry to mention Stunt Track Challenge again, but this looks like definitely something you'd do in Stunt Track Challenge if you're like trying to design a car like really well, or like if like you're playing like Forza or something. This would be the car you would get if you're like really customizing something. This looks like someone customized it and we're like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, I've always thought Velocita. I think that's what I keep forgetting what this one is. Velocita. I've always thought this is a cool casting. It debuted in 2014, so it's going on 10 years old.
Oh,
also,
wow.
Wicked futuristic still. It's got like the front end of 2014.
Oh, I know what you're thinking too.
Like it's like that. It's the front end of the C7 Corvette.
Yeah.
And then the back end of like Nitro Door Slam.
No, yeah, I was thinking Nitro Door. Okay, you beat me to it.
Big. It's the big hood, and then this little lip up here.
Yeah.
But cool casting. I actually like this quite a bit. I don't mind it now that I can see the awesome Piranha detail up close, and then it's got like the water effect up here. But pretty cool car, ghost effect. I love these wheels. These are another recent wheel that's going to go down as a classic. I love it.
Easily. Yeah.
All right. And next up, what should we do next? Well, I'm not going to open this one up. Okay. So this is the vintage car. We got the original Toe Jam.
One of my favorite top 10 cars of all time is Toe Jam. I always collect these cars. I'm not going to open this one up. Really love this one's from the Stunt Track Driver version, the exact design. It's just plain red and simple. I don't know, something about this car I'm really connected to. I think it's because it has 6 wheels. It carries the other cars. It just feels like, I don't know. It just feels like such a cool, just simple car. Yeah. I don't know.
It's
like a tank, but if it was...
It's like a super car if it was a tow truck, which is a really hard thing to pull off, but they did it. And especially on these older versions. I don't know if they ever made one that didn't have this functionality, but that tow hitch back there, it's a loose piece. You can actually tow other cars around. But I told him not to open this one because he collects them, and I'm like, you want to have the first edition in the box. I have a first edition Ballistic in the box, and I think it'd be cool to have a first edition Toe Jam.
I've always been so connected to 6 wheels on a car. I don't know why. Every time, even though it's like, yeah, exactly, it's super unique, like a tank or like I don't know. I just want it.
It technically cost them more to make that than it did this.
Yeah,
they had to buy more wheels, and it has the extra piece there.
Back. Yeah, I mean that's the type of stuff I'd buy.
Yeah, it's a unique car. Toe Jam is. I wish they'd recast it. I don't know the last time they did. I'll look it up and put it up.
Hopefully they get a new one. I get it.
Yeah. Next up, this is quick. I like these realistic, just regular old cars that Matchbox comes out with. I think they found their market. It's kind of always been that, but they just make realistic vehicles. Like I know somebody that has one of these. It's a piece of junk. This one's like a beautiful kind of mobster gangster car, but this was a sick thing to be driving back in the 50s. I think this is a 54. I think it's a 54, but wicked cool, realistic. The way this car would look back in its day. It doesn't got flames. It doesn't got chrome wheels. This is how it looked back in the day, and I think it's cool.
Yeah, realistic, like real stuff.
Yeah. And I like to think this is the old version of what like a Ford Fusion would have been, except this still looks good today, and I don't think the Fusion's going to look good in the future. But anyway, I thought that was cool. I buy a lot of those Matchbox, just regular old pedestrian cars because I think it's just fun to... I like when Matchbox does castings you wouldn't expect them to. Hot Wheels does a lot of recasts. You see like this all the time. There's a bunch of these, but like redos, who just does a plain old bone stock 50s car? It's just cool. I like when they do that. Whether
Smart people.
Yeah, 90s, 70s, they just mix it up with their, oh cool, my dad had one of those, my grandpa had one of those. They do that quite a bit. So next, another real car, but more Hot Wheels style. the original supercar, Lamborghini Miura. The one that started it all, really. Now, this is beautiful.
Yeah, that blue and that classic wheel design that you would see on your local twin mill,
cool.
too. It's got a state plate. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the model. I think that's the model number, the P400. Oh, so this is a Lamborghini Miura SV. Oh, look at the taillight detail. You got the fastback window.
Oh, yeah.
And the headlights. This is a really cool model. Awesome. And it kind of, you know what? The Miura looks like the Stingray Corvette from the side.
Right.
But this came first, I think. I thought the Miura came out in '67, but I'll have to look that up. Anyway, this is the original supercar, Lamborghini's original flagship. Pretty cool. And in typical Hot Wheels style, it's kind of cartoonified. The wheels are a little bit bigger than they would on the realistic car, or the real car. But nonetheless, it's awesome. I wanted to pick this up. It's cool to have kind of icons in the car community in diecast form. Plastic base. It's a blue base. That's cool. And then I like the silver accent trim, and I think that's also plastic. So that's sick. Really cool car. And the license plate detail.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's crazy these are still $1 after like 60 years, and they're still good quality. They're not junk.
Keep it up, man.
And last but not least, I used to see these all the time growing up where I was from, is funny cars built off of 90s and 80s vehicles. So this is a Ford Thunderbird.
Better racers.
It's like the old man version of a racer, where they put. I always thought these paint jobs were ugly, but they're super nostalgic to me. These are. I think this is the 90s hot rod culture. I'm pretty sure. Maybe late 80s, early 90s hot rod culture. You see all the 30s and 40s cars with these type of graphics, but old Thunderbird, Fox body Thunderbird, blacked out headlights. I love the Ram Air scoop. Weird little design. I'm not sure what this was retro to. I think it's like a flashback to 50s kind of not architecture, but art style. You got the parachute back here, the huge rear spoiler, and then of course the giant rear tires and the setback angry design. But this is just, I used to see these all the time at our local drag strip, whether it's a Mustang or a Camaro or a Thunderbird or a Cougar, not a Cougar, whatever Mercury's was at this time. But it was cool to see this. It's just that you don't see Hot Wheels like, oh, let's make a callback to, 90s funny cars. So it's just cool.
Yeah, that pink color.
I'll probably find somebody that has one of these and buy another one and send it to them, or had one back in the day. But anyway, just thought we'd show you some of those kind of unique finds. Thank you guys very much for watching. Subscribe for more videos. We went on a little drought, but we're not done uploading. We're not going into another dry spell.
Hell no.
We just wanted to. We had a scheduled time to get together and film some stuff. So
yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Should be back into the usual string of videos, maybe more than once a week to make up for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks you guys for watching. Have a good rest of your day and have a good weekend.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.